thanks for stumbling onto the channel. I'm sitting here on the couch planning for next week's items in the corporate world and personal. And I thought, great opportunity to do a quick video to show you how I plan and how I use this planner. This is a GM agenda, which is the A5 size in Filefax world. And I've used this one since 2015 or 2014. Bought this pre-loved from a lovely lady, and it's my favorite. And this travels with me every day, to and from work. Even on weekends, this gets opened. I've been a planner type paper girl way back since I was in high school. I do keep a few items in my slip pockets on the front. And on the back here is just a piece of cardboard. So is this, because it helps with the indentations of the canvas from these rings. So I'm going to just do a flip through and go over just a couple of items that I use and how I separate corporate world from my personal life in this planner. Now, one of the things that I think is very important if you are using a planner is you need to have a monthly calendar. And I keep an overview of the full year always in the front. I've done this for many years. It's always in the front. Easy to find. If I need to know that I'm going to be off work on a certain day, what day does that land on? Am I taking a vacation? When is someone's birthday? I mean, I look at this quite often. So, and you can just find calendars like this on Google and print one. I just have it in a slip plastic pocket. The back side is last year. Most of the times I have it highlighted of when I took trips, so that I can just do a quick glance. When is the holidays here in America? And I say America because I do have a couple of ladies that are watching this video from other countries. Hello. Corporate world is very busy in my life, so I have a section here, and I tend to keep it in the front so that there's more bulk behind it as I'm writing things down. That's just what I like. And I buy this full year, January through December, just from a store called Hobby Lobby. And this is an Agenda 52. That's the brand name of this packet. They're undated, month at a glance, but it takes 2 pages. That's my preference, especially with this size of a GM A5, because I write so many things down and I like the size of the box. Now this actually does have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, it has blocks. But in the corporate world for this week, there's so many phone calls and things that I need to transfer over to other people or keep track of. So this is open every day on my desk, and I can just jot things down as I need and then move things over to the next week without using each block. So that's my style. And I do like have them, what is this called? Horizontal instead of vertical lines for the month. Excuse me, for the days of the week. You can get them vertical. Those spots are too small for me to jot things down, and I'm right-handed, so I start from the left side and work my way over to the right of the paper. This is my preference. So the current month that I'm in, we're just about ready to finish February, and then we'll move into March. So I'm ready for that. Now trackers. Trackers is something that I am not real good about tracking. I like trackers. I follow people on Instagram. I love looking at their pictures of their planners, and they have these cute little trackers. It's appealing to my eyes. So I've done trackers for the corporate world. Now, these are things that need to be done on a certain day of the month. So if I am going to be out, these things would have to be transferred to someone else to make sure they didn't get missed, if that makes sense. I just put some stickers on it. This tracker, I'm just trying out something new for myself. Tracking my sleep, my mood, and just little dots that I saw another lady on Instagram do this. Shucks, I can't remember who that was. I should have written that down so I could give her credit. Little dots of when I completed or when I did these items. Then I did it again for this week. Try it this way. These sheets and these sheets, both of these were purchased by me by Mysummertouch. Love these. Absolutely love these. Once you get your printable, after paying for it, you have that download so you can make copies forevermore. Don't know if I'm going to continue using type this area of the way that this is done. I believe I'm going to change this. Saw someone on Instagram that was doing her blocks, and this is just a calendar, and she was tracking like different items that she needed to do. So I wrote vitamins and when I'm drinking my coffee, when I'm reading, and when I'm journaling. And so I took that idea up from her, and then I circle the days that I actually do those type items. So it looks like I'm reading every Thursday night. Here's another one that I'm trying to see if I like this tracker. This one I'm going to use for which month that I'm doing certain things around the house, like changing the furnace filters. I only do that 2 times a year. I clean the heater vents in throughout my house. I take the caps or the vent covers off and clean all those out. And I try to do that twice a year. I clear out my closet quite often, but here I only am showing that I'm going to do it 3 times a year. And then I also pressure wash my concrete for my back patio, and I do that every May. Here's happy, sad, motivated, if I'm scattered brain, etc. Taking this idea from that lady from Instagram. And then I just have 2 blank sheets like this. So this is the back side. I guess I don't have it in here. There was a full weekend of things that I was going to get done on a weekend, and so one of the back sheets of this, and I may have already pulled that out, was completely full from top to bottom and almost nailed everything on that list. Very proud of myself. Okay, and then something else how I use my planners is I do dividers. And I'll find pictures on Google. I'll purchase things like this one. There's 5 of them in here, and this came from an Etsy shop called the Cleaver Planner. And then you got to write what word you want. This one was from Instagram, Plan Like Jazz. She has a link tree on her bio, and you can get this for free. This definitely came from Google. I just searched images. So it's front and back. I'm keeping track of the books that I'm going to read in 2021. So I've read 2 so far, which is great because we're only in 2 months into the year. So that's fantastic. I'm guessing I'm going to complete 10 before the 12 months of this year is done. I believe this was also from Plan Like Jazz, her free printables. This one came from Google. And then I glued these 2 together and hole punched it. So it's pretty thick. Cessa, love her shop. So these are project pages and then her agenda pages. And I've used these for 2 years now, and I think these are my last sheets of this. I use them sparingly because these are so pretty and I love them. But I make so many lists and check things off, and I really love these sheets to do that. And this came from Mysummertouch. I love these sheets. I covered up the date and made photocopies over photocopies to use these. There's some blank pages that I got from a package of them, Amazon. One of the dividers that I use is the monthly overview. This is a planner routine. Shucks, again, this was a second lady that I found this on as a free printable, and I should have written that down too. I apologize to the ladies that I'm talking about your goodies in here and haven't even shouted out your name. My apologies. But I do open my planner every single day. There's a monthly overview, and so you date your next month's calendar. You'll add your birthdays, any special things that are happening in that month, and then you look at your future log to see what's happening that's coming up. Of course, there's any appointments or special occasions, you're going to write on that monthly overview. Now, weeklies, that would be in my corporate world, the weeklies. These sheets here, anything that I need to move over to a next week, I do that on Sunday nights, and I look to see if anything task that needs to be done wasn't completed. Do I need to move it over? Now, the inbox and brain dump, I don't really have a section for brain dump because it goes immediately onto these sheets in the corporate world or what we're coming up to in my personal section. Those are easy just to open, and I write them right down, so I don't really need a page that's just called brain dump. Of course, the miscellaneous. This reminds me of the task that, let's say, changing the furnace filter. That doesn't happen monthly. So looking at those items in there, I just love this. And it's just in a slip pocket of this plastic. Found this on Google. I believe I found this on Google, and I laminated this one myself. Here's those sheets again from Mysummertouch.com. This was some items and tax information that I needed to do. Here's a weekend sheet. Maybe this is the one I was thinking of earlier. My Clever or The Cleaver Planner. And I wrote Cup of Joe on this one. This section is for planning my holidays and a vacation and a trip that I'm going to take. So that's just that section. This one came from Plan Like Jazz on her Instagram. This is a free printable that I just laminated, front and back. My personal section, I keep these in here for a month, like 4 weeks at a time, but I just cleaned this up last weekend. So you're only going to see the current week of what things happened all last week. Things I was working on, phone calls that I needed, back order things. I'm an AVON rep here in the state of Oregon. Different customers that I had to go see that week. This will be the upcoming week. And then I started blue pages. These are free printables from PeanutplannerCo Facebook group. You can get these. This one also came from Instagram, Plan Like Jazz. Printed that front and back. These pages came from a lovely lady on Etsy. Her name was Jessica Foley. Oh man, I bought these like 5 years ago, and I found 4 or 5 sheets of these in my filing cabinet for planner supplies. So I put these back in my planner. They show areas of what you're focusing on, what you can do for your dinner. It has a little hydration, drops of water. It has little bubbles so you can put different things in there. What you're not working on today, what your gratitude for. These are fun, and they're really good thick paper. Plan Like Jazz. These are my home business, so we're just going to skip over that area. The Cleaver Planner, I love this one, and I did reference because in my planner, and this is the last section I wanted to talk about before I end this video, is in the corporate world and the personal world inside this planner, and having so many tabs and sections as I go, I need a reference section. So this is going to have things that I reference back, and I'm surprised as often as I go to this section. It'll have my tracker for what I'm spending each quarter, and I made this up on Excel. Been using this style for 5 years, keeping track of extra spending. This is not monthly bills. This is things that I could have done without that I actually am purchasing. I keep track of things that I have purchased and when they arrived. In the reference section here, I have how to shrink down printables or enlarge printables. This is a chart. This also came in that pack of 5 that I purchased from the Clever Planner, and I wrote work hard. Isn't that pretty? Put some stickers on the back. Tracking that I paid off all the credit cards that I had. And this was a budget planner that I found in my old planner of Franklin Covey, the classic size. And of course their hole punch didn't fit. So just washi tape to cover up those holes and then re-punched it. And I'm planning on redoing my budget as of the 1st of March. And this will help me remember what different items that I need to think about. So this was very helpful in my mind. So I put that in here. Reference section, I am an avid watcher of Schitt's Creek. It's got 6 seasons. I've watched all of them at least 4 times. And these are some of the words that Myra Rose uses and what they truly mean. So this was fun for me. This is a graph that you can get on one of the planner Facebook groups. In Facebook, it was in her file section. I think it was Honey Bee. But in this reference section, I have my luxury handbags that I have. I keep when I bought them, who I bought them from, like the code dates. Here's this agenda that I'm currently using. Tells me exactly how much I paid for it, who I bought it from. This page is because my friend sells the Color Street nails, which I'm going to be putting on a new set tonight. These are the code numbers and names of all the kinds that I've tried and that I liked, and so I wanted to keep a memory of that. And just recently started putting the name and one of the color strips on it. thought that's going to be a lot more helpful to me than just the name. And the last cover here, it just said personal. This was something that I was using in my personal section, but I like that it's hard to have it as the back sheet cover. And I always keep a thank you card ready at all times in my planner. As soon as I use this one, I go and grab another one and stick it in here. So that's my flip through, you guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks for letting me show you what I use in my corporate world compared to my personal section, and why I have so many tabs to easily find things. And I'm hoping that you guys have just a fabulous week. Give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot because I have less than 1,000 subscribers. The videos tend to get lost in YouTube world when you are such a small channel. So hit that subscribe button. That would be fantastic. I really appreciate it. And well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. You guys have a fabulous week, like I said, and I'll catch you next Sunday.